Hey, what's up guys? A new menacing monk royal giant deck just blasted its way to rank 50 in the world. Since the majority of the meta is using Little Prince and Evolved Bomber, Monk has found his moment to shine. When the monk's in front of an evolved royal giant, it feels impossible to counter. Most range cards that target the monk will erase their own existence, while cards that are nearby the evolved RG are gonna cry. Because with each big cannonball blast, it knocks everything back. When you pair this already unfair offensive card combination with the instant spell removal of the evolved Zap and Fireball, it gets even dirtier. Barbarians, Skeleton Dragon, Zappies, nothing is safe from this deck's spells. In the upcoming balance changes, regular Royal Giant's about to get a 3% health buff. Because a ton of other decks are getting nerfed without any buffs, this deck is bound to be a lot better. Especially with the Cannoneer nerf, the best tower to clean up big beatdown pushes, Royal Giant is ready to wreck. Both evolutions work in the deck, but I prefer Evolved Zap. And if you're using Evolved Royal Giant, I would use Log over regular Zap. Let's merge Royal Giant's might with Monk's meditation to assert dominance. And massive Monk love to everyone that's supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. Hey, we've got a game against the final form. And this might be Royal Giant's final evolution as well. I mean, it's literally evolved in our deck, but with the massive barrage of Monk bouncing back all of the opponent's projectiles, I think that's what we want. I feel like we are set up for success with this deck. Actually, I want to troll him a little bit. If we go for a Monk right now, oh, he knew, he understood the assignment. The Monk was ready to be a majestic Sir and bounce back the bomber shots and a barrage of all the daggers from the Duchess. And he just was having none of that. He's like, Jake, I do not want the juice. I do not want the smoke. And he might get smoked by the Ghost, but Danny Phantom might get evaporated as well by the Dagger Duchess. It's fine. It's okay. Generally, if you are playing against the Dagger Duchess and you have a Royal Giant and you cycle multiple Royal Giants, the daggers are depleted and then your opponent will get heated because they'll have absolutely no form of damage against this huge tank that you have. Also, using Fisherman on defense is nice because it's able to make predictions on top of those bombers like that. But it's even better when you're able to pull units afterwards, like subsequently pulling the Knight and then being able to kill the bomber as a 2-for-1 combo. So I'm going to go for a Monk here, and I think this is fine. Wow, the Fisherman is doing everything today. He just wants to wander all over the wild map. And he's kind of hacking everything down, dude. All right, what if we do this? I could pop the ability, but I just want to wait a little bit and see if he drops a log or something. Really thought he would drop another spell. I was kind of hopeful. I was a bit optimistic. It didn't work out. I was hoping he would drop Bomber as well. It's fine. Zap this just to go and cycle a little bit. Maybe we can get the Ghost to go Danny Phantom mode. Doesn't happen. Totally fine. Fair and balanced, my dudes. All right, so we want to go for an Electric Spirit on top of the Bomber so then it doesn't splash onto our tower or hit our Fisherman for too long. It still gets a shot. Kind of obnoxious, but it is what it is. Get a Monk in front, and then we got Evo Zap. Our strategy here is to use the Monk as soon as it crosses the river so that the Dagger Duchess is going to get knocked all the shots back. Then we Evo Zap here on the Bomber. Ooh, it's just dead. He went in for a Tesla too, and it's still getting shot. Wait, 2 Royal Giants in his face. How does that make you feel, my guy? Probably not so good. This is a healthy dosage of victory for us, and really demoralization for our dude. Look at how healthy our Royal Giant is. He doesn't need to go to a doctor. He don't need anything. He's taking his vitamins today. What a healthy lad. And this guy he's served a healthy dosage of anger, it seems. While we just catapult more Royal Giants at him for the memes. Might as well, right? Might as well add a little bit more fuel to his fire. Oh, this is so deserved. I mean, you are running Goblin Drill with one of the most overpowered cards in the game with Evo Bomber, so I can hand you a loss. I feel like I'm doing a good service to Clash Royale. He is so angry, guys. I think he's evolved to his final form of absolute irritation. It's always awesome to make outplays against overpowered cards with underplayed cards like our Fisherman at the start of the match. As we start off our journey on our route to our final form at 4,400 in the world. On to the next one, Over Minion. My man's got every single flavor of Barbarian in the banner. This is just a meme banner bonanza that this man had. So I wonder if he's going to be barreling through with the Barbarian soon, or if he's just going to be chilling on his side of the map. Let's maybe antagonize him with a little bit of a zap, irritate him, maybe shock him a bit. Anyway, we're going to go for a Fireball. If only we could knock back the skeletons with the Monk. Imagine like the skeletons running at you full speed and then their bones crumble and then you just bounce them back with the Monk and you're like, go back to where you came. And then they like knock the Dagger Duchess in the face and you're like, yeah. Deserved damage, dude. Anyway, we're going to go in for, ooh, I guess, likely a fisherman here, and then electric spirit on top of the bats and the skeleton king. Oh, this is the best electric spirit. Yo, that was so good. We take those. And then he practically gets nothing. That was actually awful for him. Look at how bad of a position my bro is in. Oh, if only we were able to... No, we do get a zap. We kill all the bats. I was wondering how I was going to deal with that, and it worked out so well. Okay, Dagger Duchess. We need some value here. I think I have to fireball on top of the skeletons or we lose. Yeah, so fortunately we were able to clean that up, and then I can go for a ghost afterward. Yo, Danny Phantom, do not let me lose my tower here. Ah, come on. This is not a calm arc. You are rocking my boat, brother. I hate it. I hate the fact that people play these types of decks, but I have the ability to go over and beyond and spam our Royal Giant directly into a Elixir Collector. I don't want to Evo Zap here. I think they just die. Or maybe he does something stupid and spams into an Evo Zap. That'd be pretty funny. I mean, he is an Elixir Golem player. Never put it past them. You never know what they're going to do. So I think our strategy right now is to go in for the Fisherman so we can expedite his Skeleton King so we isolate it away from the Elixir Golem. So then he has to drop it a lot faster than he typically would want. When he pops the ability, then we go for the Evo Zap, which he should do soon. Let's just do the Evo Zap and make the prediction. He does it. He overcommits. That's very good for us. How's the Skeleton? Oh, no, it's dead. We're fine. Now we can go in for a Royal Giant in the middle because that enables us to just spam really aggressively. He's Elixir Collectoring! My man is the most adventurous Elixir Golem player I've ever seen in my life. He's a fan of the Elixirs, I guess. We're going to zap so we can get to the evolution faster. This is bound to be a disaster. If we can hit the Fireball and the Elixir Collector and then... Oh! If only we hit everything there. Then we would have won the game right then and there. But there's still 20 seconds left. So I think we can bombard him with another bit of spam. Let's zap on top of those bats. They're not even dead yet, which really sucks. But we did snag a tower. This is huge Fireball value. If I'm able to defend this, I will win. Wait. We won, right? There's no way. There's no shot in heck, bro. We are melting your Elixir Golem, and you're turning it into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and you are drowning in your own sorrow. But in this case, you're drowning in Elixir. That was massive Elixir mismanagement from our dude, and Elixir Golem goes one of two ways. Either completely steamrolling your opponent, or you drown in your own tears of sorrow as you shamelessly spam Elixir directly into your opponent that deals nothing. Which was luckily the case at the end of the game here. After bouncing back against that toxic deck, we've pushed up to 3,900 in the world. We're dialed in and ready to win. And guys, I feel like I'm bound to keep up the win streak because I forgot to switch out the Dagger Duchess for the Princess Tower. So this overpowered deck is still in its final form of overpoweredness. I feel like it's all because of our first opponent, the name, saying final form. It really instilled in my brain to just play the best deck. I blame him. I don't blame my stupidity of forgetting to switch decks. I blame our opponent for making me really want to run the best deck. Anyway, what the heck? This guy is going to go and spam wall breakers, and I didn't know that Zap plus Electric Spirit does not kill wall breakers, but you learn something every single day, and hopefully you guys are able to learn something from my mistake there. I thought that would work out, and it didn't. Electric Spirit and Zap cannot kill wall breakers somehow, some way. Anyway, we're going to go in for Rail Ghost. And honestly, since wall breakers get countered by every tower in existence besides Princess Tower, it makes sense that they have one benefit, right? Surviving a 3 elixir investment on defense. Hey, they got something because they literally died to Cannoneer without you spending elixir. And the same thing with Dagger Duchess. Completely cleans up the wall breakers if they're not tanked for. So there's going to be a lot of situations where I just ignore everything, I think. Also, hopefully, we can just go in for the Royal Giant behind this monk. If man doesn't have much stuff to go and knock the monk away, it's going to get knocked in the face and take a ton of damage that he can't displace. So we're going to do this. We're going to pop the ability really quick. And I guess he doesn't even want to do much. We'll just zap. That should be more than enough to kill the recruits, right? Wait, that worked so well. We're barely taking anything. The Royal Giant's knocking back the recruits to damage it down. Oh my gosh. Imagine not running a building into our deck. How are you meant to build a defense, my dude? Also, obviously, we are not going to spend that much elixir on the right-hand side. I'll just go for Electric Spirit. That's more than enough. The Rail Ghost. Ah, it died. Dang it. Wait, why would you... If we Fisherman here, we Evo Zap? I missed the Zap. I'm stupid, but it doesn't matter, right? Oh, kind of did. Kind of did. I thought my stupidity would be saved if I went in for like a really ambitious placement because I thought the next dial of the Zap would still come in. I was like, if I hit this, it's so cool because they'd be walking into their death. But it didn't really work like that. Anyway, we should be fine here. I think that we want to go for a fireball, actually, and then zap afterward, which is kind of lame, but I was hoping that the skeleton barrel would pop a little bit faster. Every interaction that we want to have happen has not been happening. We could pop the ability, but again, I'm not a huge fan of doing that right now. We want to focus on defending. I also want to go for Electro Spirit as well, because that's going to be our best bet against his skeleton barrels and his slimes. I think that we want to go for a Royal Giant right now because he's got no Mighty Miner in cycle, and we know that all we have to do is defend against the skeleton barrel, so we should be good to go. Hey, I learned, I remember that didn't work. I was going to go for a ghost too. We were loading in with the W no matter what. I'm glad to keep up the streak. 3 wins in a row, and we've pushed up to 3,000 in the world. But we do have to swap out the Dagger Duchess for the Princess Tower to show the more free-to-play friendly version of the deck. Hey, we matched into a top 310 player in the world. This guy is going to be a talented Sir. So we got to startle him and surprise him with our plays. You already know Royal Ghost in the back is not an evolution, but it is what we got to work with today. Also, interestingly enough, he is actually playing Princess Tower instead of the Dagger Duchess. And the Electro Spirit was able to cascade through and lock onto what we wanted. Unfortunately, we didn't clip all the Skeleton Dragons with the zap there, but it's fine. Man, if I had Dagger Duchess, I wouldn't have to respond to the Barbarians and I would take 0 damage. The fact that we're going to take like 3 shots from that Barbarian is crazy. That was way more than 3. That was 1,000 damage to my tower, bruh. All right, we could Fireball here, but I think that's a little bit risky. I think that would have been actually the right play because he was down a bit of Elixir after cycling the Inferno Dragon. And then I wouldn't have had to respond to the Inferno Dragon like I will have to right now. I think Fishermaning is the best play because it seems like we're playing into a Lava Hound deck. And the Fisher Boy, he cannot throw his little anchor or hook to the sky. It's going to make me cry whenever I play against a Lava Hound and I can't use that. Anyway, I would love to go in for the Monk here, but at the same time, I think it is rather adventurous and risky. I do want to do it. Screw it. Let's just go for it. Let's do it. Let's live large. And we dropped a solid 8 Elixir invested directly into Barbarian's Evolution. So didn't work well. Give him a large pause Elixir trade, guys. That's we're donating to a charitable cause, apparently. Anyway, we can Fireball this back and not lose the game, hopefully. I do not like losing to Lava Hound players. They're so good in the meta right now. Like, Lava Hound is one of the best decks to play because the Dagger Duchess gets depleted of arrows because it wastes all the daggers directly on top of the Lava Hound. And then when you're out of ammunition, you can't really break down a big beatdown push. You get beaten down and kind of beaten to a pulp by big pushes. So I'm going to go in for a Monk here. I want to cycle back to a Fireball. Ideally, we can do that when he goes in for Barbarians. Also, alternatively, we can just pop the ability and hopefully get some extra damage on the tower. The bad thing about this is I think I need to go for opposite lane pressure here. He's going to... Oh, wait. If we go for Evo Zap, maybe the Hunter stays alive long enough for us to Fireball, and then we can kill the balloon. This is actually awesome. We melted everything. He spent a lot of Elixir and didn't get anything from it. So he's going to lose the Inferno Dragon. We can maybe go for a Fisherman other side and do dual lane pressure. If we bait out the Barbarians with Royal Ghost Fisherman, I think we're in a position where we could possibly do some damage. We're also going to go in for a Monk here on the left-hand side. I do want to get him in a position where he's feeling really bad about himself. Hopefully we can get him to go in for some barbs. He does it. Nice. Pop the ability. Hopefully we're able to go and kill all the Barbarians before we go for our Royal Giant. The Inferno Dragon is a possible problem, so I'm going to use my Fisherman at the river to pull back the Inferno Dragon for a short period of time. Then we're going to go in for the Hunter, which will lock directly on top of the balloon. And I don't have to spend any extra Elixir if the Hunter does it. Oh my gosh, look at the damage we got with the Royal Giant. Again, I didn't go for the Zap. I think that's a slight misplay. But I was so fully focused on the other side that I just couldn't do it to myself. Wait, what if we go Ghost? We pop the ability again for guaranteed damage. Then we go in for a Fireball and everything. I knew he was trying to bait out the Fireball earlier, so I didn't want to do it. If you go in for the wrong play and you overcommit, you just ought to lose against this deck. I think we have to zap to stop it from getting a shot. And that, yeah, I knew he was going to do that. Top 300 players are ruthless with the plays because I knew that it wouldn't get a hit. But if he went in for the zap, it would. So he knew that as well. And he thought I didn't know that. All right, we're going to Royal Giant again. We're going to go for another Electro Spirit. It should chain on. And then I think we can Fireball. All we need to do is get a Royal Giant shot. And then I'm really happy. That's 2. We win. Let's freaking go. I don't think... Wait. Chill, bro. Chill. Don't do this to me right now. I said we won. Okay, he's going to arrows. We're a Fisherman up top. We can go for an Electric Spirit. The most adventurous Electric Spirit in the history of Clash Royale, please. Doesn't matter. Fireball snuffs his torch, and we get the taste of sweet victory against a top 300 Lava Hound player. Hunter is unbelievably efficient for 4 elixir, and it seriously saved my butt. We got a game against a wavy Sir, and it's time for him to wave goodbye to his towers. We're gonna go for Electric Spirit, which will actually do more damage than the Zap, and it gives him the potential of the King Tower activation. Oh wait, I forgot. He's got Dagger Duchess. Never mind. Usually, spirits connect with towers, but our spirit was literally crushed and deflated when we realized that our opponent has the Dagger Duchess instead of the Princess Tower like us. So we're currently in a pretty big predicament where we do not have our Fireball for the Elixir Collector. So our strategy right now is to go in for a Royal Giant and try to put on some pressure because we can't do anything else. So we're gonna have to get a huge positive Elixir trade on defense here, and I might have to eat some damage because he went for an Elixir Collector that we weren't able to kill. So if our opponent's going to go in for a Phoenix, I'm going to try to defend minimalistically, going in for an Electric Spirit, pulling that back, and making sure that the Little Prince is also not going to be able to punish us. We're going to drop our Monk and then go for a Royal Ghost on top of everything. So I might have to zap to reset. No, we're fine. We'll eat the damage. I said before, sometimes you do have to eat damage to deal damage. We dealt a bunch of damage to his tower, so I think it's an okay decision for us. Also, we can zap on top of the bats and then also get some extra damage on the tower here. I think that it's better for us to not go and pop the ability. Just wasn't going to do too much for us. The guy's going to go Giant, so best strategy right now is to try to activate King Tower against this Giant because he doesn't have Zap and Cycle, right? Oh no, please tell me I don't lose to that card. There's nothing worse than losing to a 2 elixir Magic Archer that does double the damage, guys. You know, it feels like Clash Royale misplaced the 2. They're like, 4 elixir? No, 2 elixir and double the damage. Like, that's the math that they did, and it's not good math. The math is not mathing is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we're going to try to make this man pay. We're going to go in for Electric Spirit again, then we're going to go in for the Monk, and we should be fine here on defense because we do have Evo Zap. Evo Zap is ridiculous at shutting down air cards, and I think we might even be able to get away with a Hunter here. The King Tower activation came in clutch, and notice how bad that Royal Giant potential is for him. Like, he's not really looking at this and saying, I want to deal with a Royal Giant today. He does not want to see Santa Claus is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to go for a Fireball and a Zapperino just because we do destroy the rest of his stuff. And also, I mean, hey, we crushed the Little Prince, so I don't have to worry about the counter push. He decides to go for a Giant. I think that's good for us. I definitely want to go for a Royal Ghost to apply more pressure. Hopefully, I bet you guys Giant in front of that. Yeah, that's exactly what we were thinking. Now I can go Monk. I think that we go in for a Hunter as well. And we pop the ability. Wait. Yo, he isn't ready for the juice. He isn't ready to get shocked and rocked. He goes in for an Evo Zap, so he's spending all of his elixir on this offense. And I hate to break it to him, but it's not breaking through. So I should be fine here if I can get a nice Zap off on top of this Little Prince. And then, I mean, the Little Prince should die. We might be able to just Fireball and win the games. Oh! Royal Giant did way more damage than I thought. And with that, we fulfilled the prophecy of waving goodbye to his towers. But my man can't do the Princess Wave since he has the Dagger Duchess. All I gotta say is deserved for running Dagger Duchess and Evo Bomber. The Monk was the real MVP, reflecting back the Evo Bomber and making sure we had enough health to win the match. It's ridiculous that you have to spend a 5 elixir card with a 1 elixir ability to counter a 2 elixir evolution, but that monstrous 2 elixir win condition has to be stopped somehow. Monk paired with Evo Zap are some of the best ways of doing it. So this deck can punch Evo Bomber away without having to use it. Monk, punch the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.